So let's please give a warm welcome to Sensei Mirrione.
Thank you, Peter. I'm so excited to be here. I think it's been about 5 years now, right? We were doing this. And I felt that there were some really important things that you need to know, like why I do this. I was bullied from the age of, it was age 6 to age 17. Kids did it all to me. Everything I see on TV, I'm like, yeah, it happened to me. And that was a very scary thing to have to deal with for a very long time. Because I was short, and these were, you know, I went from African and American neighborhood, which actually didn't get in many fights, to an Italian neighborhood with a lot of very angry Italians. I'm Italian, so it's like they didn't talk, they fought. It stopped when I changed. When I was in high school, I was this person that wasn't an athlete, but I wanted to be in good shape, right? So I did a lot of push-ups, and then I did the most one-arm push-ups in like a minute. I did 63 in like 37 seconds, and they gave me an award, and that led to a physical fitness award, and then I believed in myself. So I'm watching TV, it was around 2010, and I'm watching just the horrible things happening to kids throughout the country. And I have this very successful school. It's a leadership school in Manhattan. It's called Harmony by Karate. I use martial arts to teach leadership, inclusion, empathic leadership. So that being said, having a successful school, I decided to travel around the country. And AIG and Verizon became sponsors of creating a legal entity called Harmony Power. When I launched this in 2010, it was on Oprah Radio. Then I was on a show with Deepak Chopra's One World, and it was known internationally that we were doing this. And then only a year ago, 2 years ago, Disney's ABC announced that this is the first mandated anti-bullying program in US history. Right here in Elizabeth, right here. And you are the ones that make it what it is, right? So when you think about bullying and mass shootings, that's where it's gone, right? So we know, common sense, what creates a bully? Peers, parents. How they're treated by peers and parents determines who they are and how they see themselves and their world. And that's deeply concerning. So how do you shift the paradigm? You do the opposite. What do you intend to do? The opposite. Let's recognize the good they're doing, and we need to do it in mass volume. You recognize the good that they're doing in mass volume, you prevent mass shootings. There's your solution. It's the only viable solution I've truly seen that I know works. I know it, because I've even given this to leaders, like not just kids, but people who actually lead. They do things in society that are amazing. So I want to ask questions to you, and you can raise your hand. Raise your hand if you feel that Harmony Power is the solution to stop bullying. Raise your hand. Okay, I see one hand, I see two hands. I'm going to go right over here. Hold on 1 second. For you. Please, you can hold that.
I'm from a high school, so we haven't used the program with the concept. I think is the answer, because I think that will change students' perception.
Okay, everybody heard that? She believes it's the answer. They haven't used it yet, but we're going to come to that high school. And guess what? You're going to get a Harmony Power medal for those powerful words, right? Because words are power. Words are power. So when a child says something that's profound, why would they not get recognized for it? Why not? You can capture the moment, give them a certificate, and it's noted in the report card. Because the little things are big things. If we're acknowledging that their words mean something, the powerful words that are positive, if we're acknowledging like the little bit of artwork they do in class, it's positive, with something like a positive message would be nice. Or if they create music with a nice message. I've seen kids create artwork with pain that they were going through. That was their way of expressing pain. Why not recognize that? It's about the pain, right? All right, so how does this stop violence? How does Harmony Power stop violence? Raise your hand, please. There was another hand earlier. Was the hand back over here? That was this lady. You? Oh, it was you. Yes. How does Harmony Power stop violence?
I'm hoping that it stops violence because we respect each other, we learn how to respect.
Thank you so much. And you get a pin for saying that. A big clap, please.
For both of you. Thanks.
So if we give the Harmony Power Award out in mass volume, meaning 1 out of 3 kids, 33% get the award. 33%, not like 10 per school or 20. No, like it should be like 100 per school. Like, you got to think big, right? And I know some people are against, like, oh, but they didn't really work for it. That's nonsense. Seriously, it's really ridiculous because when kids have absolutely zero, and you give them something, it's everything. My last question: how does Harmony Power stop mass shootings? How does it stop mass shootings? How many mass shootings have we seen in the past couple of years? Have you seen the root of it? Have you done the research on like what that person went through? The worst thing that can happen to a child, everyone listen to me. Everyone get off the phones for a minute. Please stop for a minute. Off the phones. Look at my eyes right now. This is serious, okay? Every child, I've seen so many cases that, forget about being bullied, they didn't exist. The child didn't exist. They were ignored. That's a scary one. That's the silent one that comes in with a gun and pours out all kinds of bullets. He's like, all right, you don't recognize me? Now you're going to recognize me. I didn't exist in your world. Now I really exist. Everybody now knows who I am. So if you're not paying attention, they will. That's how serious it is. Like, I love you guys, but I have to do stuff like that because when you're in that world, when you're doing what you do every day, sometimes we get desensitized. I know that in the military. I was in the Air Force, and I was in the medical field, and people you see trauma, psychological trauma, physical trauma. It's hard to like feel for people when you're feeling pain, everybody's pain every day. That's why it's important to do self-care, so you're better to deal with these people and prioritize that. Whatever it is that you do to love yourself so you can love them, that's important. But this pin, right, how does this stop mass shootings? I need an answer from somebody. One person. My last question, right in the back. Boom, the hand went up. Yes, hold on one second.
It creates connections.
Beautifully said. Simple and powerful. There's your medal, please. Thank you. Big clap. All right, so I want to conclude this first to let you know that I have 3 lovely children. I have a lovely wife. I love my family, just so that you know. And I'm very blessed. A minimum of 33% of the children is supposed to get something in their hand. And it's the teachers in each classroom that know who those kids are. You can acknowledge what they're already doing. It's as simple as that. You have to create something that they didn't do. Acknowledge what they are doing that is good. Think about it. If a teacher can't see the good in the children in the room and acknowledge it, there's a much serious problem with that teacher than the children. Then this gives you a great way to evaluate the real problems. All you do is send them an email to everyone. So we need to see 1 out of 3 kids in those classrooms with awards. Don't care how you do it. We need you to see the good in them. Please figure it out. It could be as much as them saying something that's, 10 seconds, something positive that they want to share with the classroom, and they get acknowledged. But it needs to be written down what it is. It's not like, I don't want to see a bunch of paper thrown at these kids that there's no trail of like what they did. What did they do? It's noted in the report card. And the teachers should get it. Like if they meet that requirement and then some, they should get the Harmony Power Award too. It goes in their evaluation. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants something. They want to be recognized. We start seeing the good in each other in mass volume. We're going to see a world like we never knew was possible. I know it more in my heart. I lose sleep over this every night because I'm looking at not just the U.S. but the entire world. It's the same issue. And it starts right here in Elizabeth because this is the history. You are the history. We are the history. So I want to thank you, Peter. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Gary. Thank all of you. You're the best.